Needed. There are just some authors that I should know by now that I cannot start reading their book in the evening because I will be up till 2 AM reading that book. I will not be able to put it down. And this was one of them. Devney Perry can get me every time with these stories. I don't know how she does it, especially because I am more of a fantasy reader and paranormal, and so it takes a lot for a small town contemporary romance to really hook me in and make me not want to put it down at all. But somehow she does every time. I mean, if you actually ask me what happened in this book, there's not a lot happens. But what does happen is so good. So I just threw this on the audio towards the end of my work day because I was flagging a little bit and I just wanted to listen to something different. So I thought I'll put it on in the background. That was a bad mistake because I couldn't stop listening to it, and then I listened to it all evening, and then I picked it up on the Kindle app as well. So essentially what this story is, it is a secret surprise baby. So our couple, they have a one-night stand. They don't exchange last names, they just have a great night together and go their separate ways. What happened though? Didn't use any protection in the shower. And then we jump to 6 years later, and he is obviously he's a billionaire, obviously he is, and she's just some poor nobody girl. So he is in this town in Montana to buy up a summer camp for part of one of his charity foundations. They then lock eyes, they see each other, and she's like, oh, I need to tell him that he has a child. Disclaimer, she hasn't kept anything from him. Obviously they just didn't exchange names. She did try to find him, she couldn't, and then she just moved on with her life. He actually did go looking for her as well 6 months after their first meeting, and then by then she was already gone. So we have a misconnections as well. I am so terrible at talking about these books, I'm just awful, but it's just so sweet because most of the book is about him trying to win over his daughter, and it is just so beautiful to watch. Like he's this high-powered lawyer from New York, and he's really intimidating to everyone. He gets so nervous about this first meeting with his child, and it is adorable. And like one of the first things he said is like, do you think she'll like me? Dude. And it's just so lovely seeing their bond. And obviously he has to come to a lot of realizations himself about the way he sort of lives his life, and because he's a bit of a workaholic, and they're quite happy out in the wild. For a lot of this book he is trying to get them to change, trying to get them to move to the city and be more fit in with his lifestyle, and obviously that is just not going to work. His family are also awful. Obviously they're really rich and they're just gross behaviour people. But yeah, it's just I've still got an hour left of this book to go. I would have finished it last night, but it was 2 AM and I was pushing it. It's quite possible that I might actually even like this book more than the Eden series. And that's a big claim for me because I've loved that series so far. I still haven't finished it. I've got like maybe 3 books left to go. But I love it. Even though I haven't finished it, I recommend it. It has all of these tropes. I'll put them up here. It's just adorable. It's just adorable, and it's sweet and it's spicy. And I was actually quite surprised about the spice in this one because Devney, I wouldn't say she coats over it, but they're not like long, drawn out scenes. But it was nice. It's nice. Our FMC also has quite a traumatic past. She was left in the garbage as a newborn, and she was an orphan for a long time, so she's had a very rough start in life, and she's built herself up to the person she is now and made her her own little family for herself, and it's just so sad. And obviously that's one of the main reasons why she wouldn't want to move back to New York, because that's where all of her bad memories lie. So I do love that. I do love an underdog having a winning story. There's also, we're just sort of getting into this story now, but there's a little bit of a stalker element going on as well. So she's been getting threatening emails and just some other shady stuff going on that is about to come to a head. Definitely does tend to do this in her books, I've noticed, the ones that I've read so far. So the last sort of hour or so of each book, there's some kind of crazy drama moment. Did you call that like the third act? Something like third act drama or whatever it is. She always sort of throws it in at the end. But I love that. It just definitely adds something to the story, and I kind of know it's coming, but I enjoy it anyway. So I'm absolutely going to be finishing this story today. I'm tempted to go straight into the next one. In fact, I do actually own 3 other books in this series. I can't remember what order these go in. So I've got Tinsel, and it is the Lark Cove series. I've got Timeless, and I've got Timid. Obviously the one I've been reading is Tattered. But yeah, I love them. I love these covers as well. Like, how beautiful are these? They're so gorgeous. So obviously I now definitely need to get Tattered because I've loved that book, and I need to binge the rest of this series like now. Ooh, I've just realised that 2 of these books are about his sisters. Ooh, interesting, because one of them was a mega bitch. She was a mega bitch. So that's really interesting. Okay. And then I was expecting a book about Willa, so I'm very excited for this one as well. So basically what I'm getting at is, if you're looking for some small town romance with drama, definitely read this series. If you've read the Eden series and you're looking for something else, especially because Devaney does have quite a lot of books in her backlog and is a bit intimidating sometimes to know where to start, definitely pick up the Lark Cove series because I'm loving it. I'm like a weird McDonald's advert. I don't know why I did that. Sure, pick it up. I was listening to the audio on my Scribd, so you can get the audio as well, which was very good. It wasn't duet narration, but it was dual. I can't say that. So obviously there is a male and a female narrator, but he does the girl parts on his chapters and she does the boy parts on her chapters. That's not my favourite, but they did it really well, so it was very enjoyable. But yeah, happy reading and happy Valentine's Day!